Very excited to welcome back to the world of stand-up, Sarah Jenkins.
Hey team! I've never been introduced ironically like hip-hop before, and I'm bad. That's fun. Hi. You guys have been here a while, and if I was to guess, a good 75% of you have to pee. So I know that my job in the next 2 minutes is to make you laugh enough to where the waiting around is worth it, but not so much that you pee. I feel bad. So as Tyler said, my name is Sarah, and you may have noticed I am a girl. And that is unlike a lot of the other performers so far tonight, but it's supposed to be that way. Don't feel like you need to adjust your sets. Wow, that went better than I thought. Because here's the thing, adjusting your TV set is kind of a concept that anyone under the age of 50 may not even get right now. I feel kind of like my dad when he was explaining life without indoor plumbing, but I feel like by the time I have kids, I'm going to be explaining to them that once upon a time we watched TV shows on these things called televisions instead of iPods, because things are changing. And I'll have to tell them that that was the dark ages when there were dinosaurs on Earth and all our presidents were white. But the phrase adjust your set, to me, it kind of feels like an article in Cosmo about strapless bras. And that was mostly girls laughing, because fellas, I don't know if you read Cosmo when you're in our bathrooms, but there are a lot of articles about boobs in there, so you should read them if you don't. And I've noticed, and girls back me up if this is something you've noticed, but articles about boobs have a lot of interesting words, such as set. They call them your set, and that drives me up the wall, I don't really get it. And another one is your girls, how to take care of your girls. And I'm just fascinated. I want to know where this boobsosaurus is and where I can get a copy of it. Look at all these words for boobs. Boobs. Anyone else uncomfortable that I keep saying boobs? That reminds me of, have you ever, I love to watch guys in Victoria's Secret. Yeah. You can tell, she knows. Guys who have been dragged there against their will. And it's kind of the same with dads in Forever 21s. They're interchangeable. Because these poor men just have no idea where to put their eyes. You know, they can't look at the products. They can't look at the customers, because there's no way to not be a creeper in that situation. So, it's just not. I feel bad for them. So, I'm going to transition now into my relationships section. There's been a lot of talk about relationships. I think it makes good material for jokes, because boys, girls, who can figure that S word out? I can't. So my first little story is actually sort of based in truth. I had a friend who told me that she had a couple friends who got married, and their first kiss was at their wedding. Like, each individual, yes, gasp if you will. It's kind of strange. Not just as a couple, but individually, which I don't mean to make fun of it if it's their personal choice. It's kind of cute, but, you know, sweet and endearing. But I have a feeling it wasn't really their choice so much as God told them to. And I think, you know, God wanted them to wait to kiss till their wedding. And to me, if I were to have a word with him, it seems a little unfair, because God and I are on different time scales, right? God's got all of eternity to wait around for stuff to happen, and time's a ticking in my world. And so for him to ask me to wait to kiss till I get married, it's kind of a lot to ask, because you may have noticed, if you're not like that couple, some people just aren't very good at kissing. They're bad at it. And it takes a while to perfect sometimes. And so what if you got married and were married to a bad kisser, and you would never know it if that was your first experience with it? And to me, that's really sad. The rest of you don't care, so I'm going to move on. I'll do that again. So I just recently went through a breakup. Oh, thank you. You can offer that. And then recently I met a few months ago, so it's really okay. And I have enough space between me and the incident that I can kind of notice that breakups are kind of funny for the conflicting emotions that you carry inside yourself at the exact same time. So like I noticed that half of me really, really wanted to have like this slow motion running back to one another, only to embrace. tearfully and realize we've both been wrong, and then go cuddle and watch Eternal Sunshine together. Like, that's happening. And then the other half really just wants me to be in a bad bus accident, right? And not just any bus accident, but like the kind where it's full of like kids, senior citizens, and puppies, and like no one survives. Except in this scenario, bless all their hearts, everyone survives when he dies. I really like that. But I have a good boyfriend story. I don't want you to think that I hate all the boys. I had a boyfriend a few years ago who he was actually like really great, did something unguy-like, and actually bought some tampons for me. Not as a gift, but and he went to Target to pick them up. And am I right, girls? I'll talk to just you again. Like, that's one of those Walmart trips where you just want to like have the cart nice and half full, so you can just shove those puppies into the Chips Ahoy and get out of it, right? So he bought the tampons for me, which I thought was a nice thing. And it didn't take. It took about a few months for me to realize it wasn't really that much of a sacrifice for him, because he'd been buying them for himself for years. Metaphorically, of course. So as I mentioned 2 jokes ago, I am single right now, and that's not such a bad thing. There's a few things I actually enjoy. I found that I enjoy going to see movies by myself, which I used to not think. And the very first time I went to see a movie all by myself, I had my ticket, and I kind of like had to muster the courage to do it, because it was scary the first time and felt kind of weird. And so I get up to the place where they're going to tear the ticket, and no one's standing there. And I just went on through, and that, to me, begs the age-old philosophical question. If a single girl goes to see a movie by herself, but no one's there to tear the ticket, is she still pathetic? I don't think so. Okay, so now we've moved from the relationship section into the topical section, so I hope that those of you who hated those questions will like these. And topical things, the election is coming up, and I tried to write a political joke or two, and I realized the only thing I'm really fed up about is Billy Long's font choice on those posters. Any other Comic Sans haters in the movies? Just a couple of you. So I won't bore you with all my Helvetica jokes, but they were awesome. Thank you. High-face love. So you can't really say political and joke without Sarah Palin coming to mind, so I have to tell them that. And if there are Sarah Palin fans in the room with a crowd the size they're bound to be, it's fine. We can agree to disagree. Everyone makes mistakes. But about Sarah Palin, the hockey mom pitbull lipstick joke. She wasn't a joke, but she said it. She meant it. Wrong sort of joke, I know. The thing she said about the hockey mom with the pitbull and the lipstick, she got a lot of flack for that. But I personally really want to thank her for the warning she gave, because not enough people have pointed out the similarities between hockey moms and pit bulls. Okay, it's a little known fact that if provoked, a hockey mom will just rip a toddler's face clean off. You do not want to be in an alley smelling like bacon and run into a hockey mom. Don't do it. And then on the other side of the spectrum, pit bulls don't really read newspapers and probably wouldn't make good politicians. So it's a good comment. They're similar. The thing about the comment that I don't like is it's kind of marginalizing any pit bulls who might want to experiment with cosmetics. And they're out there, and I say let them do it. So my final section of improv, stand-up, that's late, I'm tired. Stand-up for the night is the pop culture section. And because we all love to make fun of celebrities and culture things a little bit. And ever since I've gotten out of college, I've kind of tried to find those milestones that tell me I'm a grown-up, because it's hard to feel like I'm really an adult and growing up. But one way that I feel like I'm becoming an adult is my obsession with pop stars has become statutory. I'll admit it, kind of enjoy Justin Bieber. Yes! Thank you, front row girl and wow from those guys. Different reactions. But I enjoy him. And because I think he's like the candy corn of musicians, right? Because in the music diet, you need something that's sweet and tiny and totally lacks substance. And that's what he is. So I just want to put him on my jar, in a jar on my table in October, and then enjoy him with all my friends, and then put him away for about a year until I'm ready to have him again. Not eat him, pepper man. Okay, I'm going to show my age even more and ask if anyone remembers Massimo t-shirts.
Yes!
Target had me again. Wow. Oh, sorry. We used to get them, and I just apologize to my brothers. I really care about you. Massimo t-shirts, usually Gadzooks, boys wore them, they were really cool. Well, this tells you a little about me. I had one that looked like the Massimo logo, but it said Messiah. Because I had the Christian pun t-shirts. That was the thing. I was that kid. And I had another one that I loved a whole lot. And it was orange and looked like a Reese's logo, but it actually said Jesus in the Reese's font. And I wore that shirt all the time. Right until 8th grade, this is true, it happened to me. Right up until 8th grade, and I had the shirt on at camp, and this boy came up to me and goes, "Hey, you know, there's no wrong way to eat a Jesus." Like the Reese's commercials. He said that to me, and so I didn't ever wear it again. The final thing, I feel like there might be a few of you in this room that like video games, so this next little story is about them. That guy does. You probably, if you're really serious gamers, even I know about this game and I don't play it all, but there's this game that's the Star Wars Lego Star Wars video game. Okay, let me rewind real quick. That is Legos and Star Wars in a video. Now, kids, I hate to be the one to blow the whistle on this, but someone has got to call this thing what it is. Nerd porn. It should just be behind the counter at Nerd 7-Eleven. And I was thinking that gives a whole new meaning to the fact that I have a nice set of Legos.